Vanishing Point, a novel by Keith A. Kenel, 37 of 101. Part 37. Caleb Eber Morris prided himself on his thoroughness and methodology. Trained as a hunter from childhood, Caleb felt most alive when tracking prey. It was a God-given talent that Caleb thanked Elohim for daily. "The Lord works in mysterious ways," he said to himself. Caleb's right cheek rose in an ironic half-grin as he remembered how God had brought him to Elohim's army. The word mysterious hardly covered God's use of John Farmer as one of his agents, but it had been John who'd recruited Caleb for Elohim. Convicted of selling heroin, Caleb had believed his lawyer when the man had said, "Son, it's your first conviction. You'll be released on parole, believe me." And Caleb had gone on believing Marvin Wisnatsky right until Judge Wallace proclaimed Caleb's 1-year jail sentence. "Incredible," Wisnatsky had whispered after Judge Stephen C. Wallace had passed sentence. "What's the C stand for, clown? Wallace is sending you to prison after releasing gangbangers left and right? I knew the man was a loser, but I didn't know he was a moron. Guy's a total disaster. Can you imagine how his Uncle George is rolling in his grave? God rest his soul. Believe me, we'll get you out of here," Wisnatsky had said as Caleb was led away in shackles. Looking back, Caleb now knew both the lying Jew lawyer and the race trader judge had been instruments of the Lord. It was in the Jefferson County lockup that Caleb had met John Farmer, who, in addition to being a skinny, tiny-headed bandycock too stupid to come in out of the rain, was one of Elohim's greatest gifts to Caleb. Caleb had been standing in the lockup's dinner line when he felt a tap on his shoulder. "Bro," the man had declared, nodding at him. "Nice tats." Caleb was proud of the variety of quality tats that covered a third of his body. Turning to thank his admirer, Caleb spied the incredibly amateurish scrawlings the man had on his arm. Pointing to his right bicep, the stranger declared, "What you think of this one? It's new." This one turned out to be a terribly executed tat that proclaimed sex, drugs, rock and roll in wiggly block print. Caleb had nodded, thought, "Asshole," but said, "Party hardy, dude," and once again turned forward. Facing forward, Caleb simultaneously heard a deep voice declare, "Holding up the line," as he felt himself shoved with enough force to make him bounce off the man in front of him.